y'all, it's Kim from Kim Dixon Creative, and I'm here today on the Not Too Shabby channel sharing a project that I did using the March 2023 box of the month, specifically using the paper pad and one of the paper pads and the Hoppy Spring stamp set. And I did a little paper piecing on this frog using the paper pad and a little coloring and a little ink blending. So first of all, I'm going to stamp this little frog on this piece of green pattern paper that came from one of the 6x6 paper pads. I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair ink. Not sure why I used that. It was the one I pulled out. I knew that it would be the crispest and blackest image, and wanted to make sure that it showed up onto that pattern paper. I'm going to do a little paper piecing with my frog. I thought this would be really cute and add some texture to him. And I say him because when I fussy cut him out, he's no longer going to have eyelashes. Because those eyelashes are a little more difficult to cut around when I am fussy cutting with my scissors. So I'm going to put his, you'll see the girl version pop out here in just a little bit. So do stamp that up a couple of times just so that it gets a good image. And it's kind of hard to see right now. And I'm right there questioning whether or not this is going to work, but we're going to push through and see what happens. And so I'm just going to fussy cut this image. I'm going to cut the head out separately from the body and have two pieces of this frog. And it takes, I'm slow at fussy cutting because I don't know why, I'm just slow. But I do take my time cutting him out. Got his head cut out. Now I'm right at the end of cutting out his little body. Cutting around his little froggy toes to get that image cut like I want it. There are still elements of the box available in the shop, and I will link what I can in the description box below. I do think that this stamp set is sold out, but I will link all of the products of the box of the month that are available, and I will leave just a general link to the Not Too Shabby shop as well, because there's some really, really great things in the shop. Jamie does such a great job. I say this in every video, but it's true. Jamie does such a great job of having a good variety of things. Not only does she have, the Not Too Shabby products, but she has some great things from people like Lawn Fawn. So what I'm doing now is just taking my, I've got a Memento Tuxedo black marker and going around the edges of where I fussy cut that frog. Now I'm going to start assembling my card. I have a little card base there that I did some ink blending on, and then I took some lunar paste in the color of blue skies, and I did a little background there. I used an older stencil that I had from Crafty Owl. It's a confetti stencil, and I just kind of wanted it to look like a little pond there that my little frog is going to sit on. Off screen, I have colored and cut out the lily pad and my little cattails. Not sure what everyone else calls those. We call them cattails here in the South. So, if you guys call them something different, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to know. But I'm just going to glue down my lily pad and my cattails onto the card. And then I'm going to pop up the body of my frog with some little foam dots here and get him onto my lily pad. He keeps wanting to flop over every time I pull one of these little backers off my little foam pads. I'm going to use my reverse tweezers to get him where I want him and get that little body sitting there on that lily pad. And I think my secret's out. If anybody notices on my desk here what I'm going to do with my little froggy head, I have an action wobbler that I'm going to put on my little frog's head. I love using action wobblers. I think they're so adorable. I like little kitschy things like that. So I love to sit there and play with the little action wobbler and watch his head go back and forth. It's like a little Froggy bobblehead. So I'm going to get him attached on there. Get those release papers off with my little craft pick. Get him stuck down there. And now we're going to see what I do with the sentiment. I had a piece of cardstock that I started blending on, and I didn't like the way it was blending, so I stopped and went with another type of cardstock. But I'm going to use where I was attempting to blend and stamp out a sentiment that says, "You're totally awesome." And I also love a good pun. So that sentiment is really awesome. And I'm just going to fussy cut around it. It's very easy. It's almost just a rectangle. You wouldn't even have to, get too close in there if you didn't want to. You could just cut it out as a rectangle, but I thought it would be cute to cut around it as much as I could. So I'm getting this finished to cut out, and I'm going to adhere it down onto my card. And the ink blending behind it still stands out because it's lighter than what the area that I'm going to put it, but it doesn't just like scream white at you as well. So it basically gives me a colored cardstock to match my card. And I'm just going to glue that up at the top right corner. Making sure it gets stuck down good, because sometimes that lunar paste is a little slick. And yep, his head bobbles. Had to try it out. Now I'm going to just glue this. It's a 5 1/4 by 4 card base that I've used, or card front that I've used, and I'm going to glue that down to an A2 top folding card base. That card base measures 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored and folded it at the 5 1/2 mark to give me that A2 top folding card. Get him down there. Now he needs something else. The card front's cute. I like it, and his head does wobble. Got to try it again. So I'm going to decorate the inside of the card a little bit. I took some Simon Hurley inks in Later Gator, and I'm just going to stamp my little Froggy's girlfriend down here in the bottom of the card, just off the card on the bottom right corner. Just so I can have a little of the outside in, and then I'm going to stamp my logo stamp onto the back using the same Later Gator ink, just like that. Hurry up and close that ink pad before I stick my hand in it. And now you have my card. I think he turned out very cute. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that what I did inspires you to get out and create. Make something fun today. Do something silly. Silly is fun. It's okay to be silly as an adult. Thanks again. I really appreciate you watching the video. I hope it inspired you. I hope you head over to the shop and check out all the goodies that Jamie has at Not Too Shabby. They are really, really awesome. Until the next time, bye.